What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video, man. And you already know what I need you to do. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell, because it does go a long way with helping out the channel. If this is your first time, welcome to Hold My Nuts Podcast, where I know you're tired of releasing on your keyboards, your laptops, and your desktops, and you're tired of being manipulated and dominated by female culture. You are in the right place. So everybody that's been rocking with your boy, listen, I already know the love is real. I appreciate you, man. Yo, quick announcement. Book is coming out really soon. It's closer than you think, man. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm excited about it. And it's going to be a beautiful situation, man. Without further ado, let's get into this video. I want to give a shout out to my man, Fatal J. If you're in the comics, man, go follow his channel. He's giving you great content on Marvel, DC, whatever you want, anything in relation to, Marvel and those characters. My man is doing a great job conveying the information, giving the people what they're looking for, the insider information that you may not be getting. He's in tune. So shout out to Fatal J, because he actually sent me this Bible verse on Twitter, 1 Samuel chapter 21, verses 4 through 5. And I looked at the verse and I'm like, yo, this is definitely a video, man. So appreciate you, brother, for that. And I'm about to dive in and about to give some perspective on these verses, because I think this is going to give you guys some insight. It's going to help you get things done, help you get the information you're looking for. So I want you guys turn to your Bibles, internet, physical Bible, whatever. Go to 1 Samuel. Chapter 21, verses 4 through 5, and I'm going to begin to read. It says, "And the priest answered David and said, 'There is no common bread on hand, but there is holy bread, if the young men have kept themselves from women.' Then David answered the priest and said to him, 'Truly, women have been kept from us about 3 days since I came out, and the vessels of the young men are holy, and the bread is in effect common, even though it was consecrated in the vessel this day.'" This is a very telling verse about sexual purity. Now, the crazy thing about this verse is the fact that it wasn't that they were doing anything wrong by having women. David had wives. These men had wives, but they kept themselves away from women because they were on a specific mission, right? They had something that they had to do that required their complete focus and attention, and they could not be distracted by women, and they had to keep themselves holy. Their vessels had to be holy in order for them to be able to accomplish whatever they were trying to accomplish on this mission. The priest tells them, "Listen, I don't have any common bread. The only bread that I have is holy bread. This is bread that has been consecrated to the Lord." So going back to verse 4, "There is no common bread on hand, but there is holy bread if the young men have kept themselves clean." Now this bread is consecrated to the Lord. It's consecrated to the Most High, right? So he's saying, listen, obviously you can't partake in this bread or you're going to die. If you haven't kept yourself clean and pure, you cannot take part in this bread, because if you do, it's night time. You're going to sleep, baby. You're going to sleep. You're going to sleep. You're going to sleep. God is holy. God is holy. The priest is telling him, listen, if your men haven't kept themselves clean, if they haven't kept themselves away from women, I don't have anything for you. I'm actually looking out for you. Because if you were to eat this bread, you're going to sleep, baby. You're going to sleep. So David responds and says, yo, truly women have been kept from us since I came out. And the vessels of the young men are holy. And the bread is in effect common. And even though it is consecrated in the vessel this day. So here is what I want to convey to you guys about semen retention, about keeping yourselves pure sexually, and about how that immoral sexual behavior will hinder and cut you off from your prayers being able to reach the heavens, being able to get to God. You have to understand this. If these men, and the Bible doesn't say that they were doing anything wrong, they wasn't doing any debauchery, they wasn't having orgies, they wasn't doing any of that. They just kept themselves away from women, right? So this could have been, they just didn't sleep with their wives, right? Let's just assume it was just they didn't sleep with their wives. The text is saying that they have to keep themselves from women if they want to be able to partake of this holy bread, right? So even if they're doing the right thing sexually, you still can't take part of this holy bread. You can't take part of it. You're going to die. Even though you are making love to your spouse, to your wife, to your better half, to your rib, you can't eat this bread. Why? Because God is holy. Pause. Shout out to Dame Dash. That's where I get that from. So imagine you being sexually perverted. Imagine you jacking off and desecrating laptops, keyboards, desktops. Imagine doing that. And imagine needing something from God. Imagine needing to get your prayers through to the heavens. And you're sexually impure. These dudes just kept themselves away from women, and they couldn't even partake in the bread, the holy bread that was consecrated to God. They couldn't even eat some bread. Think about this. They couldn't eat bread, physical food. They could not partake in it because they would have died. Didn't say they did anything wrong sexually. It just says they have to be pure, meaning they can't even have sex with their wives. At least 3 days. You can't have sex with your wife. You can't have sex with any women. You can't have any women around you. You can't if you're going to eat this bread. The priest is telling them this. The priest understands the Levitical priesthood. He understands the laws. He knows what's going to cause calamity to come upon you. And he's telling the king, listen, bro, if your guys aren't holy, meaning haven't had sex, haven't been with women, they can't eat this bread. They can't eat the bread. Now imagine you needing God, which you do, seeking him for something, trying to pray to God to protect you, or pray to God to give you guidance, trying to get God to change a situation in your life. And you're watching porn, you're masturbating, you're desecrating laptops, keyboards, desktops. You're desecrating these things, right? You're splattering plasma screens, flat screens. You're going to town. Now, if you can't eat a piece of bread from the altar, from the holies of holies because you slept with your wife. Imagine you trying to get your prayers to heaven and you're watching porn and jacking off and just being vile, trading your virtues to demons for sexual pleasure. And then you turn around and you want to pray to God for him to save you. There's a protocol in the spiritual world, bro. There's a protocol. I know we all want to talk kumbaya, but there's things that you have to follow. There are things that you have to follow in order to get answers from God. And to give you proof on this, let's go to Exodus. I'm going to go to Exodus chapter 23, verse 22. Exodus chapter 23, verse 22 is going to give us some insight into following the proper protocols. So it says, let me see here. Give me 1 second. I might be, oh my bad. I went to Exodus 22. Exodus 23, verse 22. It says, but if you indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy to your enemies and an adversary to your adversaries. The qualifier is obey, all, not some, all. You have to be fully committed to God. You want to get your prayers into the heavens? I'm sorry if you think that you can just skip over the rules because you think you individually are special. You have to follow the same rules and protocols that everyone else does. If you're being sexually impure, it is going to hinder your prayer life. It's going to hinder your communion with God because you're masturbating with evil spirits. That is what you're doing. You're masturbating with evil spirits, bro. So how could you not think that your prayers are going to be hindered? How could you not think that God is not going to ignore not even hear your prayers because you have no connection with Christ? You are joining yourselves with harlotry, with whoredom. If David and his men are on a mission, whatever military mission they were on, and the priest says to them, if these men haven't kept themselves away from women, they can't eat the bread. How do you think you're going to be able to masturbate, squeeze it out, choke it out, and have your prayers reach the throne room of heaven and have God answer you? They couldn't eat bread from the table in the temple, but you're going to jack off and masturbate and be sexually immoral, and your prayers are going to reach into the heavens. You're trading your virtues. You're trading your virtues to demons for small amounts of sexual pleasure. I'm trying to help you. Hit the like button. If you're getting value out of this video, man, hit the like button. Hit the like button for your boy. I'm trying to help you. You have to become pure. How do you become pure? Number 1, stop masturbating. Number 2, get into God's word. Begin to renew your mind. Understand that it's not worth masturbating, watching porn, desecrating yourself, your soul. You're desecrating yourself and your soul to these vile and wicked things. You have to understand that when you masturbate, I hope you catch this, you have angels and you have demons. You're doing this, you think you're doing this alone, but you're doing this amongst angelic hosts. So when you're in your room or you're in a bathroom or you're in your car somewhere, whatever you're doing, and you're rubbing it out, watching porn, Angels are watching you do this, and demons are actively participating with you doing this, stealing your seed, stealing your virtues. So you have an angelic being watching you spiritually allow and participate willingly into you being virtually raped. You are submitting to being spiritually raped when you masturbate. Just being honest. Trying to help you. Hit the like button, man. This is Hold My Nuts podcast. Be on the lookout for the book. I love you. I appreciate you. I told you we turning up on this channel. We're turning up, bro. And it's all G-O-D. All praise be to the Most High God, His Son, Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach. And I'm going to holler at you guys in the next video. Peace.